Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're back with the buns. Yay! And everyone cheered.
Yay?
Yay!
Yay!
What are we doing tonight?
Thank you, Jay Ward.
Yeah. So, what are we doing tonight?
The same thing we do every night.
Get our butts kicked?
Try to ignore the main quest, actually. However, I think we're gonna start by actually doing main quest.
Yeah, I think we're on to main quest, which means going
it means
back
we have
to
an uncertain
Ishgard.
future.
Let's see. What job do I want to do this in?
Dancing until I get it right.
That might be a while.
It might be forever.
Yes, it will lead to a pile of side quests. You know it.
Doesn't everything?
Speaking of which, there's kind of a side quest over here we should probably do. Actually, there's two of them.
Yes.
The Boisterous Bruiser and the...
Unctuous Adventurer.
Who should we do first?
Not sure what the second one is, but Unctuous is... Tales. Wondrous Tales.
Yeah. Which shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, it won't take any time at all to forget to turn in the book. Keeping up with the Alia pose, an adventurer stands before you wearing a shade-eating grin and gazing at you in a way that makes you not entirely comfortable.
Ew!
Frith. Ladonia Frith? Rena Frith? Gods, it really is you. I've heard the songs and tales, but to think the day would come that I'd meet you two in the flesh. Whatever have I done to deserve such an honor? Dread of all the days to forget to polish my armor. They must think I'm a total bumpkin.
That's because you
No,
are.
that's us.
And we're bumpkins too! Welcome to Bumpkinville! Population us!
But wait, dare I ask? And no, I didn't to impose on such heroes. Oh, but what is the harm in trying? Yes, I must try. You see, I'm in a bit of a bind. Pickle, if you will. I've just taken on a task of sorts, a task far, far beyond the abilities of a two-guild greenhorn like myself. Oh, don't sell yourself short. I'm sure you're worth at least 3.
Yeah, you made it to Idleshire after all. That's no mean feat.
But you, yes, realm-renowned heroes like you could tackle this monumental task in your sleep, blindfolded and with both arms and a leg tied behind your back. So you'll do it for me, yes? Wonderful. Just head over to Rowena's and tell Chloe Poe you're here to help.
Chloe Poe. Chloe.
You want us to deal with
Poe.
Rowena?
No. You said Chloe Poe.
Did I say Chloe Poe? Or I meant Chloe Alia Poe. That isn't my silly little nickname for her, and I certainly haven't been frequenting her shop every day for the past 2 moons. That her ever so cute little smile might brighten my dark and dreary days, but I've blabbered on long enough, haven't I? Ta-da!
Chloe Poe.
Yes, I had forgotten that. Oh, also, Midnight Dew has something for us.
I think that's one of the new dungeons. And unless we want to do that first.
We could.
Hi there, lady. I'm Chloe Aliapo. And just who might you two be?
I may go into sugar overload.
Rena Frith, Ladonia Frith, the Frith sisters from all the stories. Wow, you're like legends! A real living, breathing legend! This is so exciting. Did I tell you I love stories? Well, I do. And not just listening to them, I'm pretty good at telling them too. I have this friend whose mommy and daddy went away and never came back, and well, she gets lonely and cries sometimes. So I tell her stories to cheer her up. That's right, stories of brave adventurers like you two. She likes my stories, she stops crying, and even starts smiling and laughing. Seeing her happy makes me happy too. But lately, she's just been staring off to space again. It must be my fault. I bet all my stories are starting to sound the same. But then I had an idea. Do you know what it is? I'll ask great adventurers like you to tell me your stories, and then I'll put them together and make a new story of my own. It's a really great idea, right? Tell me you think so too?
Ah, darn, she walked off.
So you'll help me. Ravenna gives me all sorts of things when I work hard, so if you do this for me, I can give some of them to you too. What sort of things? Well, tombstones for one. And, well, all kinds of other special stuff, but not my Mandragora pin. That's mine.
You can keep the Mandragora pin.
I will also note, I believe the Mandragora pin is only available if you win one of the fan contests.
Oh, jeez.
So do me a favor, remember all your bestest stories and write them down in this notebook here. It's called Chloe's Wonderful Tales. Well, because I have a tail and I tell tales. Get it? You do get it, right? Every time your story helps come up with a new tale of my own, I'll give you a present. It'll be a lot of fun for both of us, don't you think? Thanks, Renna. And by the way, you're even cuter in picture than you are in the stories.
Unfortunately, the odds of us having anything to turn in a 2-week period.
Yeah. But at least it's unlocked. So, do we want to take Mountain Dews?
Let's see what it is.
I believe that should be the Arboretum.
Let me Google that for you. Yes, it will be. Yeah, we're here.
Oh, sorry, this is Great Google Hard.
Which I believe is also this patch. Let me double check. No, Grand Google is not part of this patch.
So we will decline for now.
Yes.
Must do everything in patch order.
Darn straight.
So I think we do want to talk to this guy. Yes, we do.
Ah, okay. Not that we're ever going to use this.
It can be handy, especially if you want to test out a rotation.
Yeah, not like we're ever using this. A striking opportunity. Your reputation precedes you, if the wide-eyed look the stranger is favoring you with is any indication. Cor, I know you. You're one of them half-mad adventurers that runs around picking fights with gods and every bugger else. Well met. Love your work. He's a great fan of fisticuffs, I see. But you're just one of them pack of crazed killers, am I right? Else, for all I know, might be either the ones that do the work while you share in the credit. Yeah, that's me. Now, killer, don't take it personally or nothing, but I've seen it before. When it's all blood and shite and explosions, it can be hard to tell if you're pulling your weight. That's why I've been training up in Stone Sky Sea. Don't let the daft name fool you. It's a proper training ground where fighting folk like me and you can go to refine our killing prowess. If you've never been, go and look for the bloody fella out past Back Bridge. He'll tell you the rest. You won't regret it. I think I regret it already.
Yeah, Stone Sky, Sea, Sea Sky Stone.
Or Sea Sky.
Yeah, well. All of them. There's a whole series of training grounds, and they always mix up which one is the name. Is actually an interesting idea. It's an in-game way of testing to see whether you are geared and have the rotation to go into extremes or savage trials. It also is a great way to get some practice in without having to worry about a mob trying to chew on your face.
A black chocobo.
Yes, he does.
And doing the safety dance. You there, good madams. You look like you enjoy bathing in the blood of your enemies. No. You know how long that takes to wash out? Have you perchance heard about Stone Sky Sea?
We have now.
You see, as part of an initiative to reduce the number of disputes, the Adventurers Guild has been forced to arbitrate between members who accuse their comrades of not contributing sufficiently to, let me try again. She who fights with the strength of stone unyielding, breathes deep of boundless sky, and embraces serenity of rolling sea, against her none can stand. Sorry, that's what the Doman fellow told me to say. I don't quite understand it myself, but he seemed to think it was all very clever. Right, so, in essence, we've got these ridiculous contraptions that you attack in whatever manner you deem fit. Each is supposedly tailored to the strength of some legendary beast or being some madman decided to challenge once upon a time. Speaking of which, I believe one should be dropping in right about now.
He wasn't kidding when he said dropping.
Yeah. Plus a contraption more and more. Apparently, the first time they dropped one of those was an accident. The trainees loved it so much they started doing it all the time, though.
Of course they did.
Right. So, each is tailored to the strength of a legendary fiend, the idea being that if you can defeat the dummy, you can defeat the fiend. In principle, that is. Dummies don't hit back, after all. But who gives a fig about any of that, eh? Nearly forgot the best part. It's free! Not only that, but they're giving us money. Stone Sky Sea.
And I think that's it.
Yep. Unless you want to actually try it, but somehow I doubt we're entirely geared.
Maybe.
You, on the other hand, certainly should have the rotation down.
On Monk, are you kidding?
Maybe.
Monk is like my least played class ever.
But you love punching things.
He's
And
so
certainly
cute.
I am not going to have a rotation to speak of.
Do
Not to speak of.
kind of. It goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1,
Something
2,
like that.
4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monk is getting a whole nother rework again.
Yeah. Which I will have to put 10 levels of effort into trying to figure out. Rylea getting all her current stuff done like this is going to be entertaining.
You can do it.
Yeah, gonna take a year or two, but yes.
I mean, I got mine all done before we finished MSQ.
Yeah, that's not happening with me.
That's because I'm crazy.
Yes. So good of you to notice.
And just for record, it's cold here.
Yep. I kind of noticed.
Just a little. Quite the crowd out here.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that. Well, it is House for Tom. Welcome, Mistresses Frith. Shall I show you inside the manor?
Please and thank you. Hello, Tataru.
Well, somebody finally left the bar.
The search for our missing friends continue. Should I learn of something, I'll be sure to let you know. What you got, Alfie?
An uncertain future. Alphino wishes to share the latest developments in the search for the missing scions. Yeah, I do find it interesting that they more or less leave that side of things live for the entire actual expansion and only really get into it in Heavensward Plus.
Well, you do kind of get your Stola.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a little of it, and you get your Stola out of that, and that's kind of it. Fortuitous timing as always, Ladonia, Rena. Tataru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades.
Ooh, that'll be helpful.
If you would be so kind then.
Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Riol and his men have been making some excellent progress. You remember how Flamen helped me escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa Lomenza, only to then disappear? Well, according to Riol, she crept aboard a ship bound for Razatan, and she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited.
I hate to tell you this, Tataru, but if she's in Raz.Han, it's going to be like 2 expansions before we're reunited.
Oh, you jest.
No, I'm serious. We won't get there until another 20 levels.
But they'll come wandering back. It's not like we can't send them messages because they're in Raz.Han, which is a known port. Now sit your bun down and let me finish.
Tell that to the moguls. Really fluffy butts.
As for Yida and Papalimo, their remains, their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Real thinks they may have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade.
Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers.
We're all but certain they fled the city shortly thereafter, though we still don't have a clue of where they went.
I see. And what of Thancred and Minfilia?
I'm afraid I've got nothing new to share with those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. Good news is, we've entrusted the services of a Charlene scholar, one of the students of Baldessian, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now.
One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first, we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Emeric has summoned the three of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed?
Sounds like a plan. In that case, I'll return to the Forgotten Night for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone for too long, you know?
Oh dear, have you taken over running the place?
It's Taro Taro.
Mm.
Duh! She only trusts her own accounting. What does Tofser want? Ooh.
A little early for that.
Okay. I'm not sure what patch that comes in with.
Yeah, I know, but it's not 3-1.
Wow, think they have enough axes on that building?
You could ask them about it.
All axes, no allies. Ah, there's Alfie.
Good invariably triumphs over evil in fairy tales, yet they are conspicuously reticent about what follows. Well, that was a spell effect. Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, miss.
Zoom!
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited.
Sorry.
Sorry about
I could
that.
have concealed certain
It seemed a good
details.
idea
How
at the
long?
time.
And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir, then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. bliss of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Happy joy!
Yeah, well, I was very happy. We got more narration.
Yeah.
There's only so much narration we can get.
Yeah.
The journey, at least, should pose little difficulty this time.
I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this annex shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem far more daunting prospect.
I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Ladonia and Rena and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans.
Very well, I shall see to my preparations.
Let us go and bid farewell to Tataru.
Traversing the Western Highlands calls for warmer clothing, yet there are only so many layers one could fit under plate armor. You should be a warrior of light. You seem to be immune to, like, extreme heat and extreme cold. It's probably for the best.
Sure about that?
Hey, Alfie.
I thought you might want to tell her, or would you rather I did all the talking? Well, you usually do all the talking whether we want you to or not.
It is his way. So, what's your...
And it is our way. We are fairly silent heroes.
So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to annex Trine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidalfir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guests.
Just came from Idleshire.
Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this is a scholar just happens to be...
Time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Y'shtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough.
Well, let no one say I didn't try. Oh dear. Oh dear. Should we know anything about this scholar?
The only scholars we know, or sons of Baldessian we know, are generally missing.
Yeah. Well,
Or dead.
yeah.
There is one we know who is dead.
Yeah.
One task at a time. Besides, I have no doubt Y'shtola can look after the scholar by herself. Yes.
You're still as too resourceful like that. Are you ready then? Good. So am I. Ooh, hot chocolate. Creme brulee.
Oh dear. Yeah, spells me determination.
Almond cream
croissant.
Ew, nuts.
Pancake. And urchin loaf. Mushrooms.
Creme brulee.
hot chocolate, despite the weather. Around here, it's needed.
If you and Master Alphino would be so kind to lead the way.
Breaking the cycle. Alphino is ready to escort Lucia to Annex Trine. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest, we shall cross the western highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dravanian forelands. There, we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await.
Hello, Live!
Also helps that this time we're like 8 levels over the area.
A little.
Yes, hi Live.
I don't know why, but I'm suddenly yawnful. I mean,
Oh dear.
it's kind of annoying because I slept a good chunk of the day.
Sorry.
Well, I kind
That's
of...
after you got up early.
Yeah, I got up a little early, and then we went and had lunch, and
Yep.
then on the way back, I kind of had a little bit of an allergy thing.
Oh dear.
So I just kind of... And food coma.
Yeah.
Do not disregard the food coma. And then the next thing I knew, it was almost 6 in the evening. I'm gonna
Hi,
blame it
Eorzea.
on allergies and leave it at that. Allergies combined with food coma.
I had just figured it was food coma all the way. I had not known about the allergies.
Well, a lot of my allergies tend to suffer from the I just feel kind of run down.
Yeah.
Not all of them, though. I have to really watch the ones that don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I just want to crawl into bed and sleep. And that's about the end of it. Yeah, we were really disgruntled this afternoon. We went to
Yeah.
go have lunch over at Rubio's to find that Rubio's is gone from the Bay Area completely and utterly.
Yeah, like back on June 3rd, they closed up about like a third of the entire chain, including everything in the Bay Area.
There were no seats, there were no tellers, there were no signage. It was just empty with a for
as it turns
lease.
out, there is one sign in the window
Yeah, the
for
for
lease.
Here we are. Alfie?
Strange. This is only my third visit to Tailfeather, yet the first feels as though it were a lifetime ago. More like what, 2 years?
Yeah, pretty close. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dramanian soil would be at the head of an army. And here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies.
Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past. Though it was I who first proposed recruiting Ysael to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service of that and to that greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace.
You ask much, Master Alphino. Yet who can say what might come to pass, should our negotiations bear fruit?
Yes, of course. We must press on to Annex Tribe. If you will follow me. Yeah.
So
It has been quite a road.
we're denied shrimp tacos.
I know! If there's been any fall off in the shrimp population over the last 3 years, it might be our fault.
I mean, no shrimp tacos, no all-you-can-eat shrimp from Red Lobster. We're denied shrimp.
Well,
And
I think we will have a fair amount of shrimp pasta in our future.
and it's not like we're getting any shrimp by going over to Caradwin's.
No. No. All shrimp will be here fixed by Baron.
See. Poor Caradwin. He adores shrimp. He's found out he's allergic to shrimp.
Yeah.
What's funny or unfunny live suing is the rough area we're in. A lot of the big chain restaurants simply just don't exist here anymore. I mean, the closest Red Lobster to us was all the way in like Milpitas. And the same kind of actually goes for El Torito.
Yeah.
Of course, Olive Garden had long since left, and I'm not crying. I did not like Olive Garden. But the main chain that's sticking it out is Denny's.
Yeah, Lenny's is still here.
Yeah, Caro's and Coco's is gone.
Oh yeah.
You do kind of have Panera scattered around, but the one that was on the corner that was really nice that we could go enjoy at, it's gone. And we do not want to play with him. We so do not want to play with him.
You don't want to talk to the Lord of the Wyverns?
No!
But the negotiations!
No! I think there's like one Applebee's over on Saratoga.
Yes.
All the IHOPs in the local area are gone. The closest one is Milpitas.
I thought there was another one kind of closest.
There was until Apple
another one.
Apple bought the property and tore it up and put a big office building there.
Yeah, no, another one.
I don't know of another one. The closest original pancake house is in Palo Alto,
Yeah, well.
if it's still there.
And it's not like they're getting much of our business, sadly.
Yeah, well, they closed before I even rolled my butt out of bed, so... Yeah, the only one I know of is Milpitas. Where are the other two? Vidolfnir! Hello, Vidolfnir! Yeah, I don't actually get down to downtown much anymore.
No.
They're all to ever welcome here, friend of Eorzea. But this one I do not know.
Pray forgive us this.
Never mind, go ahead.
Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidofnir. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend.
It is an honor to meet with you, Vidolfnir. I have come as an envoy of Sir Emeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, Knight. For thousands of years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin be the architects of this war. But now we know the truth, that King Thordan and his Knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratatoskr, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal the truth, a truth which is laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Eorzea. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Eorzea once did, and we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidolfnir, join hands with us in freedom and friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your requests, Knight. However, I cannot give you mine answer. May I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait, and after 1,000 years of war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Fear not, Knight. Thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. So soon? My humble thanks. I shall bear word to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. Yeah, Liveswing, Blossom Hill and the plant are like on the other side of the valley from us.
We have an Arby's semi-close to us. It is not a very good Arby's.
Yeah, the main two Arby's I know of is the one on El Camino and the one on Stevens Creek over by near Santana Row. To face such a creature in battle is one thing, to converse with it quite another.
Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. Yeah, she didn't eat Lucia immediately.
This is good. To be frank, I'm surprised her proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhaps I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fear for me now.
Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Charlian. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades.
Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was. And thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even with such grave matters remaining unsolved.
I can think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain.
Of that I have no doubt, Master Alphino. I only hope our fates will not hold you to your word.
XP. Not a lot, but it is XP.
It's more XP than we had before.
Yep. Another time, another place. Alphino is eager to set out for Charlian. So, it would seem we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Menphilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Y'shtola in Idleshire.
Off to Idleshire!
Dramatic organ music!
Yeah. I actually like Arby's food, I just don't like the company politics. Kind of the same thing with Carl's Jr. and unfortunately Wendy's is slipping into it too.
Well, at least a different part of it.
Yeah. Which makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Lucille. Beg pardon, my favorite food? Well, I am fond of omelets. Dodo egg omelets. Oh, really? We've learned something new from Lucia. Lucia.
Is someone she is interviewing thinking with his stomach?
Maybe? Yeah, the two chains that I'm really worried about are actually Barrier local ones. Is Armadillo Willie's. As far as I know,
Yeah.
It's down to the original. All the others are gone.
Well, there's the one across the street from us, which is not the original.
I thought that was the original.
No, that moved in after we got here.
No, that was here.
I would have thought the one down past the Apple campus was the original.
No, that one was special built, and then they sold it. It is now a faux place. As far as I know, the one here in Sunnyvale was the original. That's why they have the barbecue truck stationed here. And I think all the others, which it used to be quite the large chain throughout the Lower Bay area, have closed up. The other one, of course, is Happy House.
Yeah, which is down to 2.
Which is down to 2. The original and the one over by Caredwin's.
Looks like there are 3 Armadillo Willies at the moment.
You don't say.
You. With the other 2 in Santa Clara and Los Altos.
Okay. I'm being sneezerific.
Yes, you are. On the other hand, there is one restaurant where I'm very happy with how things are going.
Country
Yes. Darn straight.
We still have Country
Burnt
Inn!
down and still doing well.
I don't know what's going to happen with the other campus.
Yeah.
If
the
they're just
original-
going to sell the land at this point, or...
I hope not.
Yeah, I'm happy they found a new place, but it just doesn't have the same jive.
No, it doesn't. It still has too much of the sports bar. Another conspicuously uneventful journey. It would seem we are destined not to be late.
Ah, Rena, Ladonia, it is good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in Axe Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidolfner go well?
Well, there is no combat, no fire, no insults, so yeah, amazingly well. As well as can be expected. She must discuss Sarah Merrick's proposal with Hraesvelgr, of course, but she seemed amenable to the suggestion. What of our Charlayan guest? Has she arrived yet?
She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside the front bridge. We should be on our way. Why are my ears tingling?
I don't know. The cold?
Unfortunately,
They stopped
Live
tingling, that's a
Sewing,
problem.
I have to agree with Mr. Chow's no longer being around anymore because the entire chain was shut down due to health violations.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, like rats in the kitchen at multiple places. It was.
Were they all controlling the cooks through their hair?
You do kind of have to wonder. Alphino?
Wait, back in Ishgard, what was she trying to tell me?
Oh, you're just now figuring this out. Silly boy. It would seem we're early. Shall we wait?
Yes, let's shall.
What is up with my nose tonight?
Don't know.
I might have to get something to drink.
Hey, look, future combat NPC.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves.
Well, 2 moments.
Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Charlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss. And who is that I spy but young Alphino Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown in Ilmore too in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
Expression.
Actually, I think there are lifts. I'm not... Actually, no, I think he got rid of the lifts by this point.
Miss
Yes.
Kryle and I met at the studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Oh god! Blackmail material!
Yes!
Thank you, Kryle.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Yes, if your plan can survive Matoya's scathing tongue, then it deserves to be tried.
Mm-hmm. And if anyone can deal with Matoya, it'd be Kryl. Not after that tongue lashing. Sorry, Alphino.
Sorry, not sorry.
And I spy with my little eye something that begins with B.
Hmm?
A blue bag.
Oh my. Oh, right, this one. I'm trying to remember what this is for.
Or do we want to hold on it?
I'm trying to remember what this is.
This should be St. Monica's.
Okay, well, we can take that intro then.
Actually, no. Why don't we hold on this?
Okay, get it on the way back.
Get it after we finish MSQ here, because it has something of a long lead up.
Right.
Yes, this is the first time in-game we have met Kryl, but she has been mentioned all the way back in AAR.
Yeah.
As a friend of Minfilia, and that they've been in communication back and forth with each other.
Yes. And of course, her role slowly grows over time from here.
Mm-hmm. I hope the mic is not picking this up.
Some of it.
Yeah, I'm starting to have an allergy sinus attack.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what's causing it.
Door closed, filter on?
Door closed, filter on, but the ceiling fan is going, and I notice that tends to aggravate things.
Why don't you turn that off for now?
But I'm overheating!
For a little bit.
Ow!
Yeah.
Stupid Pirogos.
They're telling you to turn off the fan.
Give me a minute here, guys.
Now, see if it settles down a little bit with it off, and then turn it back on once it's settled down a bit.
Sorry about that, folks. Hopefully they'll calm down a little. Alpha, no?
She was less than flattering about my technique when last we met, but this time I have come prepared. Let her belittle my obsidian carbuncle if she dares. Do not tell her I said that.
Excuse me. I really hate this. I'm sorry, guys. I know this probably sounds horrible on your end.
It's not that it sounds horrible, it sounds like you're having a horrible time.
The crystal eye is one of Master Matoya's most cherished relics. I doubt very much that she will grant us leave to lay hands upon it until we can convince her that she is vital to our cause. Or to her that it is vital to our cause.
Yes.
You did say we were heading for a cave, did you not? Because I clearly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? No, there's a cave there.
No. In the eye of the beholder. Prospect of meeting the famous Master Matoya seems to have set Kryl thinking.
I've heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured, they are all true. This way, I have care where you tread. Hello, FK! Welcome back!
Yes! As we get our first in-person introduction to Kryl.
Oh, is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Charming as always.
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
We want to borrow your most priceless relic.
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryl, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Kryl, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the signs of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Oh, the old God. I'm glad you're enjoying the game, FK.
Yes.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
At the cost
I
of
do
an
like
umbral
Matoya.
calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find
Thank
himself.
you,
Oh,
Master
you've met
Matoya.
Thancred.
Oh, that's one way of putting it. Poor Thancred.
Then let us begin.
Let's be honest. In the back of your head, somewhere far off, you heard the "My turn!"
From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
That's good, right?
As long as it wasn't too far above the rock.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
I guess we're back to Tailfeather.
Yep. Time to shake our tail feathers.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to Dawn Trail, which early access starts in a few days.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're kind of grumpy, Theron and Rylea did not do well last night with Palace of the Dead. Oh, we're happy in the way it's like, oh, we could start at floor 1 and learn Viper.
Well, you can learn Viper. I'll be learning Astrologian. Because I'm that many expansions behind on classes.
You were the one who wasn't logging in, so... Again, I haven't been logging in as much as I used to simply because I've been trying to get other work done. Like the fanfic that will not end. I'd like to have it out and done so people can read it and I can get some feedback finally. Yeah, we got to what, 176 before we finally just completely face planted? Well, I'm going to start out with Viper, probably work up all my other classes, and then take Pictomancer.
Okay.
Theron very much enjoys being a jack of all trade, master of none.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, he's one of my hunt targets.
Well, too bad for him.
Yeah, he's gonna die pretty quick here. I need 2 more. Like this sucker over here! Okay, hunt done. Yeah, I will admit, while Pictomancer does look like it could be fun, a couple of its sound effects are kind of a turnoff for me.
Oh dear.
Because it has a very sloshy sound to its brush. And they're trying to imitate paint slosh, but that doesn't... That is not the sound of paint sloshing. And I have this thing about gooey messes. It's a sensory thing, and that sound kind of...
Yeah. Let's see, how many jobs did we figure out Eorzea has taken so far?
12?
I think so, something like that.
Because you've got all the basics.
Let's see, I've got 2 tanks.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 3 of the melee DPS. 2 healers.
2 casters. Sorry, 3 casters.
2 physical ranged, and then 3 casters. So, yeah, 12.
I think, yeah. No, you only have 1 physical range.
No. Archer and Machinist.
You're right, you do have Machinist. Never mind.
Yeah. So, yeah, Eorzea only has 12, and at the moment, I am hoping to work a bit on catching up a bit more. But at the moment, I'm kind of going back and saying, okay, let's pick up some of the past stuff. So I have just today taken Astrologian, and assuming that I can get it up to max alongside everything else during the new expansion, then I will, and sooner than right before the next expansion after comes out is ready to come out, I will take Dark Knight and suffer through the early questing.
Which a lot of people like. I was not one of them. I found it...
No, and I am not going to be one of them either.
It was a good story, it just wasn't Theron's character. Now, once you get past the first story, the second and Stormblood were freaking awesome. but the first storyline kind of imposes something on the character that was not necessarily true. And actually kind of ran... Oh yeah, we will totally be streaming our first playthrough of Dawn Trail. We'll be doing it...
And we will take probably a couple of months at it at least.
Yeah.
Because wait, hold, stop, go back and land. That
you
is
have a hunt target.
Yes.
Enjoy.
I will.
But we will be streaming it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting at 9:30 Pacific, except on Friday, which we do at 10.
One of two.
I think the others are this way. Oh, there's one.
There we go.
And it will totally be first reacts by us, because we'll never
Yeah,
see
because
that.
we won't have done anything before it. Okay, there's my 4 Centario seals.
It'd be pummeling time?
It'd be chakra time.
Yeah, every expansion I keep thinking, hey, I'll switch my main on Theron from Dragoon to insert class here, and it never sticks. I keep going back to Dragoon.
I have on occasion seriously contemplated moving off of Bard, but I've generally stuck with it, and then this last expansion, I got a little more into some of the fancier parts of Bard, and I have been really enjoying it again and doing fairly well at it. So yeah, I am Bard as primary, and then Red Mage.
Yeah, I'm thinking he might switch to Viper, but I want to see how the class plays first.
Fair enough.
If anything, I can always fall back to Dragoon, because it's the old hand.
Yep. There's a reason why we were able to get to 176 on a pair of DPS classes.
Yes. We had forests like this one back in the Isle of Val. My grandfather and I used to go for walks together, and I could prize him away from his work. It was the least I could do for him, considering everything he had done for me. Taking me in when I was an orphan, raising me as his own, giving me a name. You didn't think my parents named me Cryo by Decian, didn't you? Thancred may be a capable warrior, but he is wounded when I last saw him. If any beasts were nearby when he emerged from the life stream, he would have been hard-pressed to repel them.
Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization.
Ordinarily, yes. But in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown alliances. Yet, even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through here reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we need to provide more detailed description than when we question the locals.
Fear not, Kryle. I have already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose.
This is impressive. You drew this from memory?
A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. I I propose we split into 2 pairs. Yishtal and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Lindonia, Rena, and Kryl question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Estfast to share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it.
My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, we'd best get started. Find me when you finish making your round. He learned to draw to pick up girls. Well, I've seen worse pickup lines. Let's be honest.
Admittedly, it's very Alphino.
Yes, yes it is. And be honest, there are far, far worse pickup lines than, "Can I draw you?"
Mm-hmm.
Draw me one of your Elysian girls.
Searching for a friend of yours? Let's have a look then. Alphino's sketch, a surprisingly accurate depiction of the missing Thancred, suggesting that Alphino may have mistaken his life's calling.
Ow!
Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that they had him switch to Sage last time, it would make sense for him to be the Pictomancer. No, I ain't seen him around. Sorry.
Of course, there's always the question of, did Kryl teach him to draw?
Yes. Which would be a hilarious thing for them to put in.
Hey, excuse me, have you seen this man before? Hello, Marcia Champ. You seen this guy?
What's that you got there? A sketch? Can't say I know the face. Say he's something of a warrior. Huh. I heard a tale the other day about a Huron vagabond who brought down a bandersnatch by himself, and with style. Way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the belle of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man?
That could be close.
Seems more likely than most vagabonds having that kind of skill.
Gamold? Have you seen this man?
Huron man? We're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? Here, take a look at this. Is this specific enough for you? I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. Lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That, and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow.
Okay, that's not Thancred.
No.
Thancred's all about the Snicker snacks.
Some bow work. But not axes.
Yeah. Like I said, all about the Snicker snack. Finished. In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. Next week? We will find out next week?
Yeah. Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of In the Eye of the Beholder.
Yeah. Let's enjoy some river time.
I was gonna say, want to sun yourself on the rock?
It's a nice out. Why would we not?
Exactly.
With that said, it is time to say goodnight. we will be back tomorrow evening for more artwork.
Yes.
While we could technically start playing during early access, I'm debating whether we should. Oh, one of the things they did announce in the live letter, and we should definitely check our settings for it, because it will make it really important. They made the ability to hide player characters around quest NPCs.
Yeah, that would certainly make it a lot easier to find the NPCs.
Well, it's also because it means that we can see the NPCs actually emote and do animations that were supposed to be picked up on that we normally couldn't see because everyone else was standing on top of them.
Fine, be that way.
And I'm talking like 20 or 30 people just crowded around an NPC. It's like,
yes.
It'd be nice if we could see them under all that. But I do want to get the Hakolo picture done, so I'm debating on whether we should wait for formal release or whether we want to start at pre-release or not.
See how close you get to finishing and maybe just start as soon as you finish the animation.
Might be a couple weeks on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of.
Well, we'll figure it out. In any case, be safe, be well, see you tomorrow, and get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, everyone have a great night. Hope to see you tomorrow for watching work on animation and some chit-chat.